So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So here we are. It's been a few months since we've done a podcast. So a few updates. No, Mandy is not sitting beside me. So at the end, towards the end of last year, Mandy, who was a co-host for about a year and a half, right? Yeah. Decided she wanted to go get a big girl job. Got a paralegal license certification.
Nice.
And now she's working for a real estate law firm. Still is a realtor, but,
Yeah.
9 to 5 now. So kind of
Can't hate on that.
Yeah, kind of interferes with the podcast since I just do it whenever. So we went on a search to find her replacement, and here we are with Rachel. Rachel is a agent over at Keaton & Company, a local brokerage here in Richmond, boutique brokerage, non-affiliated with anybody other than Keaton.
That's right.
So, that's right.
Ourselves.
That's right. One of the last few.
Yeah.
That's still going strong. But how long you been an agent?
10 years this year.
10 years. So when we were looking, we needed somebody who is experienced and isn't afraid to talk about the things.
Right.
And
Check.
That's right. And stays current. And one of the things that Rachel does now is she teaches a lot over at Keaton & Company, newer agents, older agents, all the things. So she definitely deep dives into the stuff that we want to know about.
For sure.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself.
Oh, wonderful. Where to start? So I am local. I grew up in the Richmond area. Went to school to become a mental health counselor. Did that until I had my first son, was on maternity leave. And my grandma had a real estate brokerage my whole life. So I always was like summertime going with her to showings, opening up the old school lockbox, seeing that world. And she was always kind of pushing me into it. And when I was on maternity leave with my oldest, it came to me and I said, let me get my real estate license. And it was the best decision.
Yeah.
It was the best decision I ever made. Still get to really help people reach their goals and be a part of that kind of like coaching part that I had in mental health, but have a lot better hours and a lot better paychecks.
Nice.
Yeah. So did that and worked a little under a year for my grandma and sold nothing. And that's when people were really starting to talk about teams, and called Daniel Keaton. Him and I were from the same town. And I just kept seeing his face on signs everywhere.
Disturbing.
Yeah. And
Always watching.
Yeah, for sure. And was like renting one of his rental properties. The world was just really pushing me towards having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
And so we had a conversation, and he was killing the game and needed a buyer's agent. And I needed to learn. Yeah. So I jumped on, and he taught me everything I know. And then we just celebrated 5 years of Keaton & Co. being our own private brokerage.
Nice.
Yes. And now we have 3 offices. I'm going to lie about this number because it changed probably today. I think we have something like 200 agents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then the past 6 months, I've been coaching the top producing agents.
Nice.
So the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I've never really thought about it, but you said about joining the team. That was what, 9 years ago? 10 years ago?
It was starting.
It's interesting how that's just still a pretty young concept
in
real estate. Like before that, there really wasn't teams at
I think
all.
there were other places, obviously,
Right.
but Richmond, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see it.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't see it. And Daniel and I worked really well together and started buying leads. Well, he started buying leads, and I just worked them.
That's right.
And it's funny now because when agents are like, I have to answer the phone when it rings, I'm like, I have no sorries to give you.
Zero.
I was the only one answering the phone at one point in the game.
Yeah.
So it worked out with him and I, and then we added another person and then another person, and look at us now.
Yeah, I know when Keaton and Company started, I mean, it was a handful of agents.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like start and gather, right?
Well, we started at another brokerage. Yeah.
Right,
we were
right,
still,
right.
yeah. And then Daniel, because Daniel hadn't had his broker's license yet.
Right.
And then once he got his broker's license, we outgrew that space and we did like the Tommy, what was it? The Tommy, was it Tommy McGuire? The walkout with the fish? Like, I'm going. We left the big.
Oh, Jerry Maguire.
Jerry
Tommy. Yeah. Tommy's his brother.
Yeah, Tommy. We did the Tommy version.
Yeah. Who's going with me?
Yeah. Who's going with me? So we did that and maintained really good relationships.
Yeah.
And did it the right way. And it's really worked out in our favor.
Nice.
Yeah.
So through that, you have 2 kids.
I do.
Single mom.
Yes.
Yeah. And doing real estate.
Yeah.
And doing all the things.
All the things.
All the things. How's that?
Yeah. So I'm like, I have a lot of hats. I have a lot of hats because I can't just do anything like the simple way. I have to really, really do the most difficult route. So
I get that.
Yeah, not only do I have 2 boys that are full of energy, my youngest has profound autism and a slew of disabilities. And so that's 100% a full-time job as well, just being his caregiver and his advocate. Yeah. Really big advocate right now because he's in 3rd grade and all the things that go with that with a special needs child. Right. And then remembering that my 10-year-old, that he is not special needs and remembering that he needs focus as well.
That's right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody like I need to find like a camp, like the non-special needs child in the family, right? Because it's a lot for him. But yeah, so I wear that hat with my kids, and then coaching, and I'm in recovery. That's another hat that I wear. That I'm very active in my recovery walk, as well as actually selling real estate. Right? Yeah. That's why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's all that, I mean, just goes to show like you talking about earlier, like the hours and things like that. Yeah. I mean, we always joke that when you start your own business, hey, I get to make my own hours. Yeah. I get to pick which hour of the day that I don't want to work.
That's right. That big lie.
Yeah.
That big lie.
But it does give you that flexibility though.
Yeah, I'm flexibly inflexible.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with me, with real estate, I am so passionate about what I do. I'm so cool with not having set hours. Yeah. Like if I take a call at 8 p.m. or on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm not bothered. Sure. But then the offside of that is like, I took my kid to the doctor's office yesterday and didn't have to like clock out. I didn't have to check with anybody. So the independence is something that I don't think I could do without with my lifestyle. Yeah.
I've said that if I could find a job where I can only work 2.5 hours a week or 2.5 days a week and not talk to people and still make a lot of money.
What would that be?
I don't know, but I'm looking for it though. But other than that, until that comes along, like this is what I'm doing. Yeah. Because there is that freedom and flexibility. Because like I said, if I don't want to do something, I just tell Courtney to block off my schedule.
Well, and it's not like you were there day one. Right. Like we both have, served our business to get to this point.
Oh,
because when I saw you at every inspection. Yep. And, as well as me, like I said yes to everything.
Say yes to everything.
Yeah. My best friend, my childhood best friend, I remember her saying, I'm really upset with you because you're a bad friend. You're like not showing up to anything. You're canceling.
Yeah.
And that was the first couple years of my business
Yeah.
was I had to say yes to everything real estate and no to everything personal.
Yeah.
And that it made a lot of relationships suffer.
Yeah.
But now looking back, I'd be super bored.
Right.
I'd be
Right.
so bored if I had to go to the same walls every day. It's just, and it works for some people.
Sure.
I think security is different for everybody.
I think it's a cycle, right? Like you go through this cycle, and especially I would say with our generation and younger, right? The older generation, they were content. 40 years, same place.
Yeah.
Right. But as we became a mobile society where, we didn't have 9 generations living within 3 miles of each other.
Right.
Then all of a sudden it became like, all right, well, I'm bored of this. What's next? And it's not always in the same industry,
Right.
So I think it comes in cycles, just like anything. Like, hey, this is fun. All right, now it's not fun anymore. I'm bored. Let's go do something. Because there is a lot of people that do great at being an entrepreneur, starting their own business, and then after a while, like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna go back, punch in the clock, and let all this be somebody else's problem.
A huge number.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I'm not great at numbers. I'd lie and make them up, and then somebody would fact check me and see that I'm wrong. But the percentage of agents that drop out in the first 2 years is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot that's because everybody talks about the same thing. Like, hey, I'm doing this so I could be with my kids more. I can do this more. I can do that more. But like you said, the first couple of years, that's the goal. But you don't just start off that way.
Right. And let's be honest. If I could work I love my kids, but to be a super successful real estate agent, you kind of got to like your job a little bit more.
You do. You do.
People are not going to like that to hear that. But when I hear people are like, but you can do it. I see it with agents at our brokerage all day long. They're homeschooling their kids. Yeah. They're like, have gardens. I don't know what that is, but
I don't either.
They are like killing the game of family and work balance. Yeah. And I'm not, that's not me.
Sure.
But I would rather pay my babysitter to get my kids off the bus and sit here at this podcast and with you, and then get home with them and really enjoy that time as well.
Yeah.
So the flexibility and the willingness to make it your own is super cool.
It is. That's fascinating because typically when people start doing that, it's one or the other, right? You can't be, I'm not going to homeschool my kids. Yeah. That was never a thing. Never a thought. Never, other than COVID. But we were still looking for other schools to do, that like the private schools and stuff like that.
I paid somebody to teach my kids
we'll figure this out because we can't be at home all the time with the kids. And they were younger, Colin not so much, but Jordan was like kindergarten. So like, we figured it out, but we're like, this isn't us. Like we can't stay here all day and then still pay bills. So if you can do both, good for you. Yeah. But there's also this, like, I grew up poor. Well, my family was poor. Yeah. They drugged me with them. Yeah. So there's this sense of it's like, no matter how much you make, and not that we're making, $10 million a year or anything, but it's just like, there's always that worry, right? Yeah. Like, and then not just that, it's just, you speak to a lot of the elders growing up, right? Mm-hmm. And you hear the stories of the Depression and the big war and how life was. And, being from West Virginia, the whole state's depressed anyway. So everybody struggles. And you're just like, man, like any moment that can happen, So you have this fear that any moment that can happen. So it's like, I got to work versus this, the younger people, I'm so old. They're more like, I don't want to work all the time. I'm okay just making what I need.
I know. I'm so jealous of that a little bit.
Go ahead, Courtney.
It irritates me so much because like my whole like my friend group and stuff, they complain about how they're like living paycheck to paycheck and they like have to.
So they are complaining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least my group is. And then I'll like, well, why don't you get a second job? No, I'm not.
No,
like,
I'm
I'm
never
never gonna work
talk.
a second job. Yes. Yeah. Like it's insane. And I'm like, I've worked 3 jobs at once. So
Yeah,
I
think
don't
it's
know.
a personality. I think it's like kind of bred into us.
Yeah.
I come from a very long line of hard working women.
Yeah.
And it's given me the ability to make my own decisions in tough times and rely on myself. And there's kind of like cons to that as well. Like I have a hard time asking for help. I kind of do everything until I'm dead.
Yes.
And then the world has to shut down, you know? So it's not all amazing. I love to see like the, you know, people that are creatively like driven and because we're such like a freelance opportunity space, you know, and where people can work from home. Or I've sold people's homes now that moved here during COVID and, you know, still work in another state, but they're from here. Or it made sense to purchase here because it was so much cheaper than buying in New Jersey or California. And they're still making that same amount of income, but they're working remotely. And
so they're actually making more because they're not spending money on
That's what I'm
gas.
saying.
A lot of them go down to one vehicle because you don't need it. So
it's a different world. And now we have, you know, internet everywhere. That used to be a thing. Like recently, that was a thing. Like people would come and move here and they'd be like, I want to live in the country and have a chicken coop. And I'd be like, all right, before that, do you need high-speed internet?
The road that I live on, our side of the road had Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
The other side of the road didn't.
Did you just sit in the car like in your neighbors?
I was on the side that did. My great uncle, he did not have Wi-Fi, but also he's like a doomsday prepper and stuff like that. So he's fine with that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think we've shifted, you know, like my grandmother who started a real estate brokerage in the 80s, she also had already retired from like Bell Atlantic and had a pension, you know? So her like me, when I went into real estate, I'm like, if I don't sell, then I'm not paying my bills. And so there was like this like fear, you know, encourager. And I think that is a difference in with us or with me. I read something and it was talking about like humans, we react and respond by either fear or love. And so when we're like meeting with people, like what are they selling their home? Is it because they like are getting ready to have a baby? And so it's like this loving moment and I'm like part of this great day.
That's right.
Or did their life just collapse and we need to downsize? It's such a totally different dynamic in one day. So I'm trying because I have, just because of like the way my life was set up for so long, I've been working in this kind of like survival mode. And the past 2 years in my recovery work, I've really set myself up to step away from that and like live more intentionally, make better decisions and healthy decisions. But it's my body keeps going back. It's like, no, you got to keep going.
It's hard. You know, like I said, when you first start, like I said, first 2 years, it was 7 days a week. You say yes to everything. Yeah. You know, and then I hired Courtney, and the first thing I told her is like, hey, you say no for me. Yeah. Because I can't say no.
I love saying no. Yeah. I love doing when people call and they ask for Sid, and I'll be like, oh, like, I'm not really sure if he's in the office right now. Let me go check. I work from home pretty much. So I'll like put it on like silent, depending on who it is and how they act. like if they're being
or
mean
they're
to
annoying
me,
like me, and they have 2 numbers for him in their phone.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I have his personal
yeah,
number.
yeah.
And
Well,
then
then
his
that's different.
office
Then
number.
y'all, you guys already have access to that, so it's whatever. At that point, he's on his
that
own.
was before you delegated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I met you when you were still in fear mode.
I was. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'll be there at
I
midnight.
met
Don't worry.
Sid,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I captured that
That's
relationship then to take advantage of now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
'cause
only a
now I'll
handful.
be like, oh, like he's like fully booked out. He's doing a bunch of CE classes, and he has like nothing on his schedule.
Yeah, and then I'm the annoying
Courtney.
agent that's like, she's
Don't
like,
tell anybody.
yeah,
Well.
and I'm the annoying agent that's like, watch this.
I know, yeah. There's only a handful of agents that can do that now.
I'm glad to be on the list.
Yes.
I'll try not to abuse it.
Well, then I go, and then I'm like, well, why'd you even call me?
Yeah, I don't. You're probably like, who is this Rachel?
Yeah.
But I'm like,
said-
I only use 360 inspections for my clients' inspections, but you've never had a conversation with me.
He said to me, he's like, oh, Courtney, you don't look homeless today. And I was like, well, first impressions. Who knows about next time?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a whole other episode.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, it is hard to start pulling back, reclaiming your time, adjusting those priorities because it's your body just wants to go keep
Well, you
on
don't know
going.
what to do with yourself. It
Yeah.
feels really weird if I don't meet a client for a weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, like my brain doesn't say, my brain's first reaction is not to say you're doing well.
Yeah.
It's saying, what are you missing out on? You're losing. You're
And-
like doomsday.
And it's hard since COVID. It's hard. There's a lot of noise.
Yeah.
A lot of noise since COVID.
Yeah.
Right. And you can't go anywhere. Like somebody posted in the Hampton Roads Mastermind group, an agent, he said, all right, well, we're down to, I don't know, however many months of inventory in Virginia Beach or Hampton Roads area, like it's shrinking. He says it's been 84 months since it was predicted that the market was going to collapse in 6 months,
What's up with that?
You know what I mean? So it's just like, man, it's all this noise every time you get on the interwebs or Facebook or whatever. It's the market's going to crash, or we're going to start another war, or this is going to happen, or that's going to happen, and it's just
And what can you do?
Yeah,
Like
so you start looking at your bank account. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
well, what if we do go into a law or a crash or whatever? Like, how long can I survive?
Yeah.
I can survive about 3 days.
Am I gonna have
Let me go
to?
do some more.
Yeah.
Am I gonna have to pull out all my money and put it under my mattress? Is that like? Am I gonna have to start doing that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's hard to get out of that mode with all the noise that's been, like I said, the last 6 years at least.
It's
Oh, for sure.
scary, especially with like at least I've been seeing a lot of like the stuff with like the protests and all that, and it's just scary.
Well, we're in a very much like do more, do the most.
Yeah.
If you looked in my office, I have 7 books just like stacked up on top of each other on sales or personal growth, spiritual growth. And then you go to my house and I have another stack, and then you get in my car. On the way here, I just did a final walkthrough for a client, and on the way here, I listened to one podcast and was like, well, that's not enough. Let me listen to another one before I get there. And then I turned on an audio book about like having an alter ego, and I'm like, calm down. And I'm not doing any of it to completion. I just have all of this noise that I'm not even starting. And so then I just am anxious about what a failure I am for not doing anything.
I think they call that ADHD.
Oh, yes.
I got
that's on my diagnosis sheet.
Yes, I got that. Yeah.
But that's a whole thing too. Like
Courtney.
the rise in ADHD in adults is insane. Yeah.
Courtney informed me a week or so ago that was also my problem when I told her that, I go from
A
one
lot of
thing
top
to another.
producers.
Yeah.
A lot of top producers, we're like constantly spinning. Yeah. We're constantly spinning and we're like, listen to this great idea. What about this? We should totally do this. And then we do like 75% of it. And we're like, what's the next?
And that's being generous.
Yeah, that's very generous.
Sometimes I don't get past the idea stage.
I know.
Like, hey, I need you to go do this.
I know.
It's a great idea. Implement it.
Yeah, it gets a little manic at times in my brain.
I said it's so loud in there right now.
Yeah, it's really a lot. It's like I told my therapist I'm like constantly sitting at a family dinner table of like a huge family, but they're just in my head.
Exactly. I always wondered, like growing up, like my grandparents would drive around with no music on. I'm like, man, they're like, how psychotic is this?
Yeah.
Right, it's so quiet now. I know.
Oh yeah.
No, there's some days it's got to be quiet time.
Yeah, for sure.
I still can't do that.
Yeah, sitting still
Don't worry.
is uncomfortable.
It's coming.
Still can't.
It's coming.
Well, because I get scared because cars are pretty comfortable. You know?
And freeze will take a nap?
Oh, yeah. We don't need that. That's why I have those little bumpers on the side of the
Don't worry. When the day comes that you take over this company, you'll understand.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Big shoes.
That's
Big
right.
shoes.
That's right. And one day I'm just going to come in like, all right, guys, Courtney's in charge, and just leave.
Her whole podcast playlist just changed after she walks out of this room. Yeah. I think you're.
I'll have to switch to like the Divorced Dad podcast then, and like the sports podcasts.
Yeah.
The Divorced Dad music.
What is Divorced Dad music?
Yeah, I know.
Please explain that to me.
So it's the like early 2000s like rock.
Oh, so kind of like divorced mom too.
Yes. Yes. So like my mom listened to a lot of that music.
It alternative, and now they call it classic rock, and I'm offended.
I'm not okay.
Yes, it's that type of music. Like give you hell, you know. Like I feel like that's a pretty big song.
When I go to the gym, I turn on a '90s rock playlist, so that's not the 2000s. So I'm good.
Oh, that's
stop.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking about that this morning because everybody's like, you know, I don't know what everyone's doing for this upcoming snow blizzard.
Making bread, apparently.
Making
sandwiches.
I'm like, how much are y'all eating?
Right.
And going to the bathroom, like, does it increase? You go to the bathroom more frequently when it's snowing? I just wanted to go get some stuff to make some meatloaf because my 10-year-old has like an obsession right now with meatloaf. And I'm really going to be old school with making meatloaf because I've got to use like the 60% meat because that's like the only thing available. Everything's gone.
Yeah.
What's the other percent? Wait, what?
Like
I didn't even know that was
percentage of fat versus meat. Like back in the day, we didn't care. It was
I don't know any of that.
Oh yeah.
I just grab whatever the cheapest is. I don't look at that.
So you're probably doing like, you have to like, we used to have to like strain the oil out after we made ground beef. We don't have to do that anymore because it's like you get organic and like leaner. But yeah, well, you can't do anything because it's not there. It's not there. Everybody is going to gain a lot of weight in the snowstorm. But the thing I was thinking about was everybody's talking about, was it 96 or 97? The
97.
blizzard.
96.
96. Yep. People are like referencing that. And I was thinking about it, my brokerage, like the agents I coach, I don't think a lot of people were born.
No.
Is that the one where people were like stranded in their cars?
I mean, we didn't go to school for weeks.
Yeah.
It was, if you were a child in the blizzard of 96, that was a good time.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. I mean, we like opened our house up to families because we had like a wood stove. Mm-hmm. And my dad was like an outdoorsman. And so we had families like come stay with us during it was like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And it was I don't like snow, but I liked, as a child, I did real well with sitting at home. Not so much now. My mom's in California with my brother right now. And she said, have you prepared for the snowstorm? And I said, I don't think I can prepare for my mental health of being home with the kids. But I guess that's why everybody's ordering so much food. They're just going to like cry at home with their kids.
That's right.
And eat steaks.
Yeah. It was,
and hopefully that'll like be entertainment enough for the kids.
Yeah, something.
It was from 12 inches to up to 48 inches of snow, depending on where you were at. in 96.
Oh, I was just going to die
Yeah.
if you were talking about
No,
we're going to
this
see
time,
I think it's like 5 inches.
You had a couple clowns posting those early runs showing 20, 22 inches.
That's what I saw, but it's gone down from that, right?
So much, yeah. I mean, it's going to be an ice storm.
Yeah.
And if it keeps shifting north, we'll just get rain. But right now, I think it's like 5 to 8 inches, which...
so I can still work.
Yeah. Which, from the start, I just asked ChatGPT from the start, and it's been consistent 5 to 8 inches every day.
Okay.
That's what it's been telling me. And you had all these people talking about, it's going to be 24 inches. Like, it's not even, we're like a week out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been talking, like, I've been here for 20 years, and I've never had a time where you couldn't get out of your house after 3 days.
Right.
You know, like to go to the store or whatever. Like at least 3 days. That's probably about the longest. I mean, you might be able to push it to 4 days.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't really, because it just, they do a pretty decent job because we don't get snow after snow after snow. Like New England, they'll get like, here comes another foot of snow. All right, well, that's half gone. Here comes another foot of snow.
That's right.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't understand why
I think we'll be inside for 2 days.
Yeah. I don't understand why people, like now, still, you're going out buying all the bread and milk.
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. Like, what's the origin of that feeling?
It's
I know
not
it was,
like the lunch meat's
during
gone, just the
COVID
bread.
with like the toilet paper and the
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but the bread and milk thing's always been a thing.
Yeah, it's always been a
always
thing.
been a thing. And it's just like,
yeah, we went
sandwiches.
to,
Yeah, what's up with the keto? I thought the keto people took out the bread scare. And everybody's intolerant.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with all this milk
what are you going
and
to do?
gluten? Like, what's up with that?
You're going to lose power, and then you won't be able to flush your toilet because you're well accepted.
Yeah, all
and
these gluten intolerant people
yeah.
are eating all the bread.
Yeah, your lactose problems
now
are coming
it makes
up.
sense. I'm glad we figured that out in this talk sesh.
Yeah.
I can go on with my life now because I was like irritated this morning because I didn't even do a grocery pickup because it was like, no, we don't have that. Nah, we don't have
we
that.
went, well, my wife went last night, and it was just, and this will be released after the storm, but that's okay. So who knows? We could be wrong. We get like 3 feet, and then we'll be screwed. But we won't release it then.
Yeah.
We don't want to be wrong.
That's right. Redo.
And it was just normal grocery shopping,
Okay.
and it was just like, there's nothing there.
Well, I'll tell you what though, because when I go to a listing appointment and somebody has a super expensive Generac generator, whole house.
Yep.
They're always like, well, this has got to make my house like $30,000 more expensive.
30 grand. It costs 10.
And
but it should cost, but it's gonna,
but because they don't pay it off until they sell their home because they're expensive. Mm-hmm. And I always think about those people that they're like, bring it on, because I've only seen that thing turn on to test once a month. Yeah. And now I'm going to have every light on. We got one, and we got one because when I was in the fire department, every time we lost power, kids were young. And you were gone.
I was always gone, and she had to pull out there. So finally, she wore me down, and like, oh great, and I always joke because we don't have natural gas, so we got to get a propane tank, and of course she's like, oh, well, I don't like it above ground, and so I had to pay to have it buried, and since we've had it for a while now, and I said, well, another 1,700 hours without power, and we might break even on this thing because we've lost power for like a total of like
return
2 hours.
In Virginia,
because they buried all the power lines or a lot of the power lines, so we lose power a lot less often now.
Yeah.
We can't. At least where we live,
but that moment of
not where I live,
when y'all have power and everybody else in the neighborhood is cold.
Because I'm a king at that point. Peasants. You want to come feel my warmth?
Yes, I know. And the thing about the people with like the generators that aren't whole house generators. If that thing sits, the carburetor has to be. Everybody's like changing. Every small engine repair dude is killing the game this week as well because they're like, "I'll get your generator going for you." So all the generators. Yeah. This is y'all's peak.
It is. This is where we shine. Yeah. I got a Subaru Outback and a generator. This is my moment.
It's time. It's time.
We don't have a generator. Yeah. Well, so I kind of live on a compound.
I told Courtney she can come to my house next week and work if she needs to. I don't
yes,
want her. I don't want her to
work though.
I don't want her. Yeah, I don't want
yeah,
her to
well,
worry
yes,
about
because we had that
Don't
conversation. And I was like,
cozy
man,
with
I
my
don't know what I'm
generator.
gonna do this week because my mom fully believes that we're gonna lose power because we're on the other side of New Kent, so we're still like we lost power recently, like 2 months ago because of the
wind
big
blew.
storm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't, but somebody on the compound does. So hopefully we'll be able to. We paid for dinner last night for them, so.
Oh, paying it forward. Yeah.
Be like, hey,
That's
remember when we paid for dinner?
right.
So
That's
we have
right.
we
You
at
owe
least
me.
have that. But my mom's fiance was like, I was asking if we wanted to get like the gallon water because when we lose power, we also lose water.
Well pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So we won't have water either. So
I'll have plenty of water.
my mom's fiance was
water.
like, if we lose power, I'm jumping ship. And my mom goes, where do you think you're going?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize.
I was like, oh, this is going to be a great conversation.
I did because I am a country girl, so I grew up on well. So if the power was out, you limited your bathroom experiences.
Yep.
And when I moved to suburbia, I forgot who came to my house during like the first the first down time, and they were like, "Gross! Do you not normally flush your toilets?" And I was like, "I can't. The power's out." And they were like, "Girl, you're not there anymore."
You're not there. They can't hurt you anymore.
Yeah. When I was in my apartment, we lost power, and it was like kind of the same thing. And I was like, man, like I really don't want to use the bathroom. And then my roommate started like
I had the
using
tub
the
full.
sink. Yeah,
I had the tub full, and they were like, "You're insane." I was like, "That
They don't
PTSD
understand.
sticks with
It
you."
does.
I don't
The
understand.
Blizzard of
It
96.
That's right.
it doesn't make sense to me of how the water could be working without power. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I know.
That's not how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah, Sidney was on, I guess, Facebook last night, and she was complaining because people were getting on wherever group she was in, talking about they were bashing some propane company. All we have is the generator. Like that's the only thing that's gas, right?
Yeah.
And some people have generators, and then the stoves and the furnace, and
Right,
they're like,
fireplaces.
I'm down to 30% my propane, and they can't come out for 3 weeks to fill it. What am I going to do?
Yeah, because all y'all are acting crazy.
Yeah, my wife's like,
You
that's
think
not-
they're just going to hire a whole crew?
right.
for
Sidney's like, that sounds like a
blizzard of
planning
26?
problem. Like why are you waiting till?
It's wild. It's 20 years exactly.
Yeah.
That just hit me
Yeah, I know.
in real time.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should know. They should know that this is a prime time for them to have.
Oh, you talking about the blizzard?
The blizzard.
30 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'll immediately
you
take
say
a
20?
math class.
She said 20.
I'll take a math
It's
class.
what we wanted to be,
Yeah,
Courtney.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
wanted
it's
to be
really only
20.
been 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was 11. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, that changes things.
I was not even a thought.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a good time. I don't know about my parents, but
Right.
as
Yeah,
an
parents enjoy it.
11-year-old, I mean, we didn't go to school for 2 weeks, I think.
It has so much snow to play in.
Yeah.
So much snow.
And it was good
They're
snow.
already giving like the kids packets and stuff to do.
Yeah, my
Oh,
10-year-old
Newcomb will be out all week.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I believe
for
it.
sure.
If it's an ice storm, it's gonna be-
Especially
they're
with
gonna
the
be out all
back
week.
roads.
Yeah.
Like our road hasn't been treated yet, and I don't think it will.
They will. No,
Yeah,
they will
my
not.
10-year-old said that they taught them how to do like virtual school. And I was like, hold on. I didn't get notice. What? I should be asked
Right.
if I'm
Like,
comfortable
yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
I'm not.
It better be some first grade stuff.
Yeah.
Like, let's color in some lines. I'll
That's
check
right.
that.
That's right. Yeah. No promises, but we can try it.
Yeah, my little cousin, he got some online work, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, if we lose power, you're not going to be able to do that work. So
That's true.
What's going to happen there?
Yeah. I don't know. We're strange here in Central Virginia. We kind of freak out, but we really don't prepare, like totally prepare. And then we just, in the back of our heads, are kind of like, hopefully it's just all a lie.
I know, right?
I was at a meeting the other day.
19 models say this. Maybe they're wrong.
I'm just gonna I'm in denial. I'm gonna disassociate. All the D words.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, I've got like a half a loaf of bread. Right. And we're good. I think we're good.
We're good. Okay.
We got 10 eggs. We'll make it through. It'll be fine. Yeah. Family of 4 with 10.
Yeah. And it's not just everybody else. So one of the things that's always fun for us is when we first started talking about the snow, we went ahead and blocked off Monday. Just in case. We had a couple inspections, able to move them and whatnot. And now today, there's agents calling wanting inspections for tomorrow. And yelling because we're booked. Like, well, we need to get this done before the snow. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, how is this a me problem?
Yeah.
Right. You should have asked for longer. You should have scheduled it sooner. You should have done a whole lot of things.
But that's what happens, though. People, I see a lot of that in our industry of people don't set realistic expectation with the client, and when it falls short, they freak out, and instead of taking accountability, they're like scanning the room of who can I throw under the bus, because 100%. I will die before I say this is my fault.
Yep.
And that's one thing that, I mean, and I was that person, in my past, but one thing that I've gotten super comfortable with is setting realistic expectations, and then when it, human mistake or whatever happens, not just saying I'm so sorry I messed up, and not saying like because my kid's autistic I didn't shut. Right. I you know what I mean? I have so many depressing reasons why I mess up in life, but I just say I messed up. Yeah. And the reaction, I think we're so scared as humans to say that because we're afraid of like rejection, abandonment, like the psych, reference can go forever. But other humans, I think we really just want to hear somebody go, hey, I messed up. I'm going to try to fix it. Yeah,
that's all you got to do. Like, it happens. And I think the other side of that too for realtors is that some and it's everybody's fault. It's not, I won't say it's realtors' fault, but it's everybody's fault, is they've gotten used, a lot of them's gotten used to when they call a real estate adjacent company, whether that's home inspections, pest control, title, doesn't matter what time of hour or what time of day, what hour or anything, they'll jump and get it done.
Right.
And now it's just like, for a lot of people, it's like, just no, like we can't, like we physically can't.
Yeah.
And they're not used to that answer.
Yeah.
Right. They're not used to being told no.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, no, I can't, I can't be there.
Right.
Like I can't make more hours in a day. I wish I could.
Right.
I wouldn't be doing this if I could.
That's
so
right.
I'd be rich.
That's right.
So I think it's a combination of all those. And then you look at the social media aspect of anytime, I think especially with the younger, I hate saying younger, but
I know you've said it like 3 times. Somebody so younger old. Irritated you this week. We're going to get to the bottom of that.
But when you go online now and you make a comment on somebody, to somebody, you just get blasted, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably plays into that psyche a little bit. Like,
For
well,
sure.
if I say I screwed up, I'm just gonna get blasted.
Yeah.
And then you see all these reels of people losing their mind in the food line checkout,
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, I don't want that kind of
We're
conversation.
a stressed culture.
Yeah.
We're a super stressed culture.
So I think it's just a mix of a lot of different things.
But
it definitely comes down to just not. I mean, I've always told people, like, hey, if we screw up, we screw up.
Yeah.
Like, I've got nothing for you. Like, Yep, that was us.
But
we did
sometimes
that.
that's the cleanest response you can do.
It is.
It's the cleanest conflict resolution you can do. It's just to say, I thought it was going to happen this way. It didn't.
Yeah.
These are my options. What would you like me to do?
Yeah. I mean, we had a client back in December, and it turned into a whole thing. Not, we're fine.
Yeah.
But after they closed, they had to get a new roof.
Yeah.
And when she first called me, I was like, well, let me look at the report because I didn't do the inspection. And as I was going through, I was sending her questions. And when I called her back, she was like, yeah, I don't think this was your fault. And the long story short is the agent, she didn't get to go out for the roofing inspection when they called a roofer, but the agent did not tell the roofing company to look at the whole roof like we had recommended.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of issues with the roof.
Yeah.
So they got a credit for like a $1,500 and not a full roof.
Yeah.
So when she asked me, she's like, hey, do you think, honestly, as she's sending me these pictures after we were talking, it's like, do you think that your inspector missed anything? I was honest, I 100% can't tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think so. Like, we're talking through this, and you came to the conclusion that it wasn't our fault. And I appreciate that. But I can't tell you 100%.
It also just doesn't fall on, there's so other more checks and balances when buying a home, especially for the roof, like homeowners insurance, the appraisal.
Yeah.
You know, I always say to my agents, you know, don't ever act like you're a licensed contractor. Yes. The best thing that you can do is over inspect during the time period that you have, and always be there. Yeah. Always be there. Yep. Like, be present. And if you're a busy person, like we always are, ask for an extension. Yeah. You know, like, ask the questions, move things around, and show up in person. Because there's, as Virginia, buyer beware state, you can get in a lot of trouble real quick and it not be intentional. Yeah. So the best thing is just to limit that and show up in person. I tell
you all the time, just don't bullshit it.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Don't pretend to know. Don't be like, oh, I've done this for 20 years. I know more than you. Don't know. If you don't know, I know, right? Don't just, if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like, we say, I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
There's sometimes I'm in a crawl space phoning a friend. Like, hey, what is this? Is this a problem?
Yeah.
They're going to ask me about this.
For sure.
And it's okay to say that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'll figure it out for you. But
for sure. I think with COVID, we got in such a, if we don't do this in the shortest amount of time, with the, confidence went to the wayside.
Yeah.
And like double checking went by the wayside because you just didn't have the time. If your client fell in love with a house and you didn't have a walkthrough inspection, not even an inspection, a walkthrough inspection, then you were missing out on that house. And so I think because I remember when I got in the game, you had 2 weeks for an inspection period. 14
days was such a beautiful time.
14 days.
It was so beautiful.
And then you got into the no inspection window where you had to get a walkthrough inspection through a weekend before they were reviewing offers. To now, I'm kind of in the 10. I'm in the 10 comfort zone.
Yeah, we'll see 10 from time to time, but I would say 5 to 7 is probably the most common that we see these days.
See, that makes me nervous because I'm thinking about you guys. I'm thinking about like, if y'all and you want an inspection company, a home, you know, you want an inspector that doesn't say I'm available tomorrow. Like, we may have a problem. Yeah. It's okay to tell a client, like, I'm really not available until, a future date. But so I always kind of like give that leeway, you know, but it's property by property. Yeah, but
it is for sure.
Yeah. If it's been on the market, it's been hanging on. I did one for 12 days.
Yeah.
And then, then you have time to phone a friend, get another contractor, do all the things.
Yeah, and I always ask that question when I see something major. I'll be like, hey, how much more time do you have? Right. Because you're going to have to get somebody out here.
Yeah.
When we did a few weeks ago, I asked that question because it was a lot of.
It was probably one of mine.
It was not. It was not. Trust me. But it was a lot of structural issues.
Yeah.
I said, you're going to need to get a proper quote.
Yeah.
So
structural engineers don't move quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to have to get a proper quote for this. So I'm just letting you know that now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unfortunately, they were able to, and it came in at $30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. It's uncomfortable, but I'd rather be on that side of things than getting a call from your first-time home buyer a week or a month into it and going, what can you do for me? Yeah. Because I just found the horrible divorce words of a client relationship, like mold.
Yeah.
Freaking mold.
Absolutely. So one of the things that's going to be fun for us, go back to the snow is, like I said, we have to, we close down a day, see what happens.
Yeah.
So we're going to be limited next week already. And if it's really bad, then we'll have to push them again, but we've had really good momentum the last few weeks coming into the new year, starting the new year. And it kind of sucks that this is going to disrupt that momentum a little bit.
I know.
But what are you seeing as we start the year?
So I was talking about this. This was the first time in my career I have personally seen this. So, I'm working with sellers that we call them, they're in the golden handcuff. So they purchased like 5 years ago with, the amazing 3% interest rate.
Yeah.
And now they have a ton of equity and have fallen in love with their $1,800 monthly payment.
Yep.
But life happened and they had more kids and they've made more money, and that starter home is a little tight.
Yeah.
And so I'm meeting with them and they're like, yeah, we want to sell. We're going to get 80 to 100 grand in equity when we sell. And then I have that conversation and then I go, I know we're not going to get anything under contract until we get your house under contract, because you have to sell this before you buy this. So we don't want to waste anybody's time here because the houses we see, but let's go see some homes, because I really need to check your temperature of how you're going to feel about this new payment with today's interest rate. So, because you either have to dump all that equity into the new home for you to slightly come close to that $1,800 a month. It's not going to be $1,800.
Yeah.
You need to cry about that.
Yeah.
And I'm here for you.
Yeah.
But we're looking at $3,800 payments for a $450,000, $500,000 home, which we know that that's kind of what you need if you want like a move-in ready family home. Yeah. And so looking at that, doubling the monthly payment is harsh. It's harsh, as well as like listing to get ahead of the spring market, because we know the inventory grows as we get through the weeks into spring. And I want to put my best foot forward and list my house now, but the inventory hasn't caught up. Yeah. So I want to sell my home so I get the most buyers because I'm the only house on the block for sale. But I forgot, I've got to also buy something.
That's right.
So timing is of the essence. Yeah. And going back to that, showing up and having real conversations, right now when I'm meeting with sellers and I'm doing a sell and a buy with my clients, I'm having a conference, I'm having me and the lender, we're team. We're like a partnership now. And it's not anymore of I'm meeting with a client, hey, let me connect you with a lender. Y'all have a conversation and then I'll get an update. No, we're it's like Super Bowl. Right. We're having meetings all together at a conference table because of the difference of people's pocketbooks from the interest rate difference right now is what's happening. And also it's the beginning of the year. Everybody is I have these big New Year's resolutions, but I haven't done the work yet to obtain them. And so agents are I might feel like I'm just working for nothing. I'm showing, but they haven't even had a conversation. And I'm because you've got New Year's resolution. People are I'm super excited. Yep. Let me get I'm on fire to buy a new house. And they're I forgot I just changed jobs.
Forgot
so
my credit's
it's
500.
Again, I don't know how many times I'm show up, have the conversations. Have the conversations. Like, you gotta you're helping families and people make the biggest purchase of their life. So in order to make sure that you're setting like real expectations and avoiding like burnout or walkaways, you've really got to have those hard conversations with people to really see if they're prepared to move forward. Right. Or are they just going to stick it out in their starter home and build onto their house? Because I just had that. I listed a house. We had 30 showings, got a full price offer, and they called me Saturday morning when I was flying back from California and said, we want to take it off the market. That was a first.
All right. Yeah.
That was a first. Yeah. And I'm very cool, calm, and collective. Yeah. That one shook me up a little bit.
Did it?
Yeah. That one shook me up a little bit. I was like, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like a pretty strong problem solver.
Right. Let's figure this out.
But we check. I mean, I'm going to fight till somebody goes, you're being a little crazy. For my clients, I'm gonna
try to get the restraining order.
I am not embarrassed. I do not embarrass easily. If there is a will, I will make the way. But after checking, like literally having that conversation, like us sitting down with the lender, it really was the best decision for their family.
Sure.
So for agents listening to this, when I did the release for the listing, I did some stipulations of protecting myself that when they do go to sell, that they're going to use me.
Right.
Because you got to protect your business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that's real estate.
That it is. So we will wrap up our first episode with Rachel.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be doing this back on track about every 2 weeks.
Cool.
So got lots to talk about, lots of things happening. I think it's going to be an interesting year. I think it's going to be a good year.
Yeah.
Richmond's always a solid market for whatever reason, lots of reasons, but Richmond has been very resilient and, was a top 10.
I know. I'm so thankful for the social media people that put those out there because I'm like, how'd y'all get that?
Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah.
That helps me.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a good year for sure. And we're going to see a lot of changes happening in the industry coming up.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about all the things.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yes.